Hey, what's going on everyone? Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another video. This time we're going to be taking a look at top 10 fragrances that will instantly increase your confidence. So we all have those days where you wake up and you're just not really feeling that great and you really don't have that much motivation to go to work or go out with your friends or whatever the case may be. We've all been there, but I'm going to try to help you guys out today with 10 fragrances that will instantly increase your confidence and kind of give you that boost to go out and get your day started and have a great day. So of course, these are just going to be the 10 fragrances in my personal collection that every time I wear them just kind of give me a boost, an instant increase in confidence, because I know for a fact that I'm smelling great and that really helps with my mood. It really just kind of gives me that push I need to go out and do what I have to do. So of course, these are just my personal opinion. You may like some of these fragrances, you may not like some of these fragrances. These are just the ones that work for me. And most of these fragrances can be found on my website, chaosfragrances.com. I have really competitive prices, really fast shipping, got over 1,000 different bottles, all the main designer and niche brands covered. So if you're looking into picking any of these up, be sure to check them out on my website. Let's go and jump right into the list. Starting off with number 10, we have Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. So this stuff is a very masculine, strong, aquatic scent, has a nice mass appealing, compliment getting factor to it, while also being a little bit unique and overall just smelling fantastic. This is probably one of the strongest and most masculine aquatic fragrances that I own and that I personally smelled. It has that nice ambroxan DNA, which gives it some nice mass appeal, mixing in with the signature Bulgari marine DNA, which is incredible smelling. This stuff easily, in my opinion, probably the most masculine out of the Bulgari Aqua line. Aqua Amara, not the most masculine in my opinion. It goes in the more floral direction. Aqua Marine, that one again is a little bit floral. Doesn't really have that like cologne masculine touch that this one has, and again a lot of that is due to the ambroxan that this fragrance has. It really kind of puts it in that line of Sauvage and Dylan Blue and all those fragrances which are very masculine. This one basically has that type of vibe going on, but with a little bit of a unique factor to it. If you're looking for a really great, easy to wear aquatic scent and you don't want to spend too much money, definitely got to check this one out. I carry this 100 ml bottle for around $50-$55 on my website, which is a great price. Easily worth checking out. Again, one of my favorite aquatics. This stuff has really been killing it for me this summer. I didn't wear it that much when I first got it, but now I've been wearing it a ton. And again, this is one that every time I spray it on, it just invigorates me and it really just kind of gives me a nice boost when I need it. Number 9, we have Viktor and Rolf Spice Balm. This is a very masculine and spicy fragrance, as the name would imply. Got cinnamon and a lot of peppery and spiciness to it. This stuff is so strong, and again, this is one where when you spray this one on, you're going to smell it and it's going to really just give you a nice boost. It's going to give you a nice wake-up call. There's nothing subtle about this fragrance, and that's perfect for this list. We're looking for fragrances that are really going to make you stand out and that are going to get people's attention, and this one is going to do that for you easily. This stuff, again, very strong, both in the performance, but also just in the overall scent profile. Again, it's a very spicy fragrance, which you would expect by the name and by the grenade-shaped bottle. This stuff really kills it in terms of getting you noticed. Perfect for fall and winter time, but can also be good for summer nights out if you're indoors or if it's a colder summer night. This would work really good for that time. So number 9, Spice Balm. Number 8, we have Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. So this is a fantastic scent and really takes that Chanel Allure Homme Sport DNA, that classic fragrance, and puts a little bit of a sweeter twist on it. And I really like what they've done with the Eau Extreme version. I'm a big fan of the original Allure Homme Sport, and that one is pretty similar to Versace Pour Homme, which I'm also a fan of. That DNA is timeless and it's really hard to beat. Doesn't smell dated, and even for years to come, it's still going to smell just fresh and clean and just like a nice modern scent. It's really hard to go wrong with that one. But again, what I love so much about this one is it takes a nice note of tonka bean and it amps it up and just gives it a little bit more of a powdery touch, but it works really well in the scent. This is one where when you spray this one on, you just know that you smell fantastic, and that's always a good feeling to have. And this is one that I reach for when I really don't know what else I want to wear for the day. So Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme coming in at number 8. This is a fantastic scent. Number 7, we have Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo. So this is a really, really nice, unique fragrance. Has this nice smoky and sweet type of smell to it. It's got ambroxan as a main note, or I guess ambergris as listed on Fragrantica. That it has patchouli. Again, I love the smoky sweet feel that this scent has. The patchouli in here is incredible. The ambroxan gives it a nice mass appeal, so it's another one that is going to get you noticed and get you a ton of positive attention. Performance is good on this one. Compliments are great on this one. The smell itself is incredible, and it can be worn for just about any time of the year. Probably more suited for fall and spring, so kind of those transitional seasons when the weather's a little bit cooler. But you could wear it in the winter, and you could probably wear it in the summertime as long as you're more careful with it. You limit your sprays and maybe not wear it out when in the dead of heat. Maybe save this one for summer evenings. This stuff would be great. If you have a date or a dinner or something like that, this stuff would be perfect. Again, this is another one where every time I smell it and spray it on, it's an instant confidence boost because it smells incredible and it just makes me feel incredible also. That was my number 7 Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo. This one is on the pricier side. It is from the YSL private collection or whatever that collection of fragrances is called. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth checking out. It's a really good one. Number 6, we have Bentley Momentum Intense. So this one is inspired by the older formulations of CH Men. You've heard me talk about this one quite a bit on my channel, but what I love so much about this one is it goes in a little bit of a different direction, takes the note of ambroxan and puts that in there, gives it a little bit more of a mass appealing twist to it, a little bit more of a fresh and peppery twist to it. That's kind of the trend here. You're noticing a lot of ambroxan scents, and that's because that note for me, for whatever reason, I just love that note. And it's one that just is a very mass-pleasing note. It's one that everyone's going to like for the most part. And that's kind of what you're going for here when you want a nice confidence-boosting fragrance. You want something that people are going to like around you. And again, this one is that scent as well. This one smells really nice. And in a lot of situations, I actually prefer this one over CH Men. It's hard to beat that older CH Men, but at the same time, I really love that twist that this one puts on it. So this is another one that's really nice. It is a Bentley fragrance, so they are relatively affordable. Again, this is one that I carry on my website as well. Definitely worth checking out if you're after something, again, that's relatively affordable. This one is a must-have. And we're moving into the top 5. Starting it off, we have Creed Viking. So Viking is one that's going to be pretty divisive. Some people love it, some people hate it, and for me personally, I love this stuff. For me personally, this one makes me feel like a boss every time I spray it on. It does have a mature and classic scent to it, but it is so masculine at the same time that I personally just love it. It's got mint, some red peppers, and a lot of woodiness to it. A lot of people are going to compare this one to Old Spice, and it does kind of have an Old Spice type of smell, but it's hard to beat the sheer masculinity of this fragrance and just how strong it is and how, piercing it is to your nose. This is one that's going to get everyone's attention. Regardless of what people say about this scent, this is one that I personally love. And like I said, it just makes me feel awesome every time I wear it, every time I smell it. So that's why it's making the list at number 5. It's one that I'm always going to have in the collection, and it's one that I like to wear quite often. Number 3, we have Baccarat Rouge 540. So this is one that really took some time to grow on me. When I first smelled it, I was not too sure about it. It kind of has this latex glove smell. Smells like the dentist office, or at least that's what I thought in the beginning when I first smelled it. But as time went on and I tested it out more, I ended up picking up a couple bottles of it. And I'm so glad I did. This is one of my all-time favorites now. I love this stuff. And of course, it's in this list at number 4. Every time I spray this one on, it just makes me feel awesome. It's a very unique scent. This one isn't really that masculine. So most of the fragrances on this list, you've noticed a trend, they're all very masculine. This is really the only unisex fragrance that I have on here. And even though it is unisex, it's still one that just makes me feel great. It's probably the most luxurious smelling fragrance that I own. It just smells like pure money. And it's one that, again, when I spray this one on, I just know I smell great. And just the smell itself, like I said, is very luxurious, but also because this is a pretty expensive fragrance. There is no denying the fact that price range is going to help when it comes to you feeling like a boss when you're wearing a fragrance, right? If you're wearing something expensive that not everyone is going to own or smell before, again, that's something that kind of contributes to, that confidence boost that you have. And this stuff, I believe, is the most expensive fragrance from MFK. These big size bottles retail for over $500, I believe, so pretty expensive. But again, just the smell alone is enough to really just give you that good boost, and it does for me every time. So this is coming in at number 4, Baccarat Rouge 540. Number 3, we have Carolina Herrera CH Men Privé. So this is a great leather and whiskey fragrance. Not one that I talk about too much on the channel. Of course, right now here in this time of year, not one that I'm going to be wearing that often. Definitely more of a fall and winter scent. But any sort of dinner or date in the summer evenings, you can pull this one off. It's still going to work fine. As long as you're in a climate controlled area and you're not wearing this on a 90-degree day in the middle of the day when the sun is shining down, you're going to be all right. Just a really, really good one. And again, this is one that I spray on. I know I'm smelling great, and I just feel on top of the world. Moving on to number 2, we have Roja Parfums Elysium. So right here, I've grabbed the extrait for this example. Also have the Parfum Cologne, and that one accomplishes the same exact thing. They really are pretty similar, and I've done a full video on this already, which is something you can check out if you really care about that sort of thing. The extrait, in my opinion, does have more depth and has a little bit more of an overall richness to it. So in situations, I do prefer this one, and typically what I like to do is layer them both to kind of get the best of both worlds. And I have been wearing this stuff a lot lately, more so the Parfum Cologne. I try not to spray this one too much because the retail price on this 50 ml bottle is $485. So that's crazy for a 50 ml bottle. And again, for me, that is part of the appeal with this fragrance and with Roja Parfums in general as a brand, that high exclusivity factor. They're very expensive. They're not found in many places. So again, this is one where every time I'm spraying this stuff on, I know that I can go out in public and no one is going to smell like I do. And of course, the Elysium haters are going to come in and say that this stuff is generic and that it smells a lot like Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage and Acqua di Gio Profumo or whatever it gets compared to. For me personally, it's better than all of those scents. And I'm not just saying that to try to sound like a niche snob. That's just what I prefer. This is completely different than all of those, and it's one of my favorites. And finally, at number 1, we have Creed Aventus. This is one that's probably always going to be at my number 1 spot. I'm a huge fan of Aventus. There's no hiding that. And this is one where every time I spray it on, I just feel great. So it really doesn't get much better than that. These are 10 fragrances that just increase my confidence, really gives me that boost to go out there and just tackle the day and get stuff done. Let me know down below which fragrances do that similar thing for you, because I'd be curious to know what you guys have to think about that. That's going to do it, guys. So if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post. And of course, check out the website, chaosfragrances.com. Have pretty much all these fragrances on there, all at great prices. So if you're looking to pick some up, go check it out there.